Hi guys, so in today's video I just want to talk about my take on NI versus NE, introverted intuition versus extroverted intuition, and just what those two functions are and what they do and what they want. And I think it pretty much comes down to NI wanting to, find out the essence or substance of any given thing. Um, what is most true about it. In some ways, NI is pretty much a truth seeker function, as I have observed in myself and in other NI dominant people. Um, yeah, and NE, of course, is much more about variations of things or variations of a given thing and the connection of that thing to other things, right? Um, you know, in some ways, I think NE basically represents, the almost limitless possibilities and potentials in this universe, like the many different life paths there are, for example. And I would rather, yeah, stand for the maybe red line that goes through, that kind of unites all those things, the common ground, the the one thing that is shared among all of them, the, yeah, I guess kind of universal unity consciousness, also, if you want to talk about it in more spiritual terms. Or I think rather that's also something a lot of INFJs basically arrive at as a result of looking for this one thing that is maybe true about all things. But even if we talk about something specific, like let's say a person, right? So an NI dominant person, I guess, if they approach someone new, or they are, let's say, just confronted with a new person, a new human being they've never met before, let's say somewhere in public, right? An NI dominant person would be more likely to, I think, ask themselves, like, is this person really like this? Or what are they really like when they're like maybe not in this setting or a situation like this, where they might try to impress others or behave a certain way because that's what's expected of them. What are they really like? What is going through their mind? What are their core values? And yeah, and of course, and I also is trying to, in some way, by taking into account all the assumptions it arrives at with the help of other functions, um, then to predict the most likely next thing that is going to happen, or that this person is going to say or do, right? While an NE dominant person that would be confronted with a new person they've never met before, I guess would think about this person or approach this person differently, though that's a little bit harder for me to explain as I'm not an NE dominant person, right? Um, but I think they'd probably more think about, like, what is this person like in different settings, maybe? okay, that's what they're like, I don't know, at work, but what are they like at home? What are they like in their free time? What are they like? What do they even like to do? Like what kind of hobbies they have, maybe like what kind of things they um they think about, and like how do you say they, yeah, just what are they interested in more. And any user would also try to think of possibilities in which they could interact with the other person, instead of maybe like trying to predict what is going to happen next, or in the, well, in at some point in the future, and more like what is the other person going to do. Maybe they would, I think, rather think about the possibilities that they could approach this person, what they could say, what they could do together, or how they could create something together, for example, right? And yeah, that's just my short take on what NE and NI are like. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree and why. And yeah, I try to keep it as simple and straightforward as possible, which is not always easy when you talk, about the cognitive functions, and especially, the intuitive functions, right? Um, yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and till the next time, bye.